Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What I Sold on eBay Last Week. Drink of the Week, sponsored by Summit Red Thunder Energy Drink, Aldi Off-Brand Red Bull, $2.99 for a 4-pack. Check them out anyways. Sorry, you guys can probably hear all my heaters and stuff going on. It's very cold outside today, snowing as we speak. In fact, my son's school just called out. They just announced an early out. So after I get done recording this, I gotta go pick him up. But anyways, let's get right into it. First and foremost, we have an Ashland motor oil, I believe. Yeah, Ashland oil, big patch snapback. This was in a giant. I bought an entire box. I'm pretty sure I've told this story before, but I bought an entire, like a giant box, probably 200 hats, easy. From this yard sale a while back. They had like $10 on the box or something like that. Or they were individually priced, or it was like $10 for the box. There's two separate boxes, and what caught my eye is on the top there was some really nice like 90s vintage Chicago Bulls, like 4 different Chicago Bulls hats. So I was digging through them, and I was kind of picking out of the one smaller box and adding to the big box, and it was like most of the hats were in really good condition. Like, you can tell this one's in good shape, but then there was some that were just completely destroyed. You could tell there was like a rat's nest in the box somewhere. For those of you that have ever seen like old boxes with a rat's nest in it, like, you know, there's just like bits of paper everywhere. They just chew stuff up and make a nest. So it was pretty gross. They smelled like they had been sitting in an attic / garage for, you know, a decade. But that was also one of the reasons I was interested. And they already, you know, they were willing to sell the entire box instead of piecing them out at like $3 a hat. You know, I mean, for the Chicago Bulls ones, they probably could have charged like $5 a hat and people would have paid for them. So anyways, I threw them all in the box, and I was like, would you take, like, I was like, I'm pretty sure, I literally said this to the lady as part of my negotiating. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a rat's nest in here somewhere. I was like, would you take, I think I offered like $5 for the entire box. She was like, sure. So I got this box of like 200 hats for $5. I went through and threw away more than half of the box that were just completely unsalvageable, but there was some really good stuff in there too. And I didn't really know, but apparently these big patch hats are like more collectible and rare than others, and this one was pretty clean. Like, all the white was good to go and everything. And when I was looking this up, I mean, it was a valuable hat. So I listed it $19.99 plus shipping, and it sold. So boom, right there. I mean, I've sold many other hats from this collection. I don't even have half of what I kept listed, but I've listed a lot and sold quite a few already. Hats are good, man. I like hats. Super Mario Strikers for Nintendo GameCube, $44.95. I was lucky enough to have, you know, the box and the instructions and everything, so, you know, it was listed as a complete, you know, not just the game or whatever. So $44.95. I offered free shipping on that and got it. Nice little sale there. I picked this up. Apparently there's motorized versions, but I remember seeing one of the guys that I watched, they said keep an eye out for the old VHS, like this is VHS-C, and there's another type as well, I can't remember, but the mini VHS that went to the hand cameras, whatever I'm trying to say, camcorders. You needed to convert that to a VCR to be able to, you know, record the footage onto another VCR or whatever, so that these things were pretty valuable to keep an eye out for them. And I stumbled across this just last weekend, I think, and I offered a quarter for it, and it was just in a box of random stuff. Well, I offered a quarter on it, and they took it and sold it for $14.99 plus shipping. So another good little sale there. Like I said, I think there's like motorized versions that are like actually RCA and stuff, and some of those were going for like 20 to 30, but this, I couldn't find a brand name on it anywhere. It's just VHS-C to VHS video cassette adapter, and there wasn't any motorized parts on the inside or anything. So I listed it a little bit under what I was seeing everything else, because I have no idea what I have technically. I don't know if it works necessarily. So I just listed it for $15, and it sold. So I was very happy with that. Grease, the old I almost said Elton John. I just watched Rocket Man. The old John Travolta classic musical that everyone has seen or should see. Cassette soundtrack. I listed it for $5.99 plus shipping, and it sold. Probably paid a quarter for it or something. This military backpack, I remember picking this up at a yard sale. I think they had $10 on it. Upon inspection, I could tell that this was a pretty nice brand. What is this, Code Alpha? Yeah, Code Alpha is the brand. It's got the mole, I believe is what that's called, on the front, where you can put different pouches on it and stuff you want. All kinds of different pockets, and the hydro pack in the back. You know, I could tell it was a nicer backpack. I made an offer for $5. They accepted. It's very clean. I'm pretty sure it was used. It looked like somebody that was in the service probably used it for like basic training or something like that, and then never used it again after they were done with their training. Listed it for $50, and it sat for a good 6 months. Maybe not even 6 months, but it sat for a few months. Sold it for $49.99 plus shipping. So I was very happy with that. Some Pearl Jam CDs. I got on a kick there for a while, buying all kinds of classic rock CDs and cassettes, and you know, some of them are worth it, some of them not so much, but sold it for $4.99 free shipping. So, you know, after the free shipping is pennies, but still a sale, you know. The Good News Bible, today's English version. Bible sales have picked up a little bit recently, which I'm happy to see because I probably still have like 20 of them. I pick them up if I see them, if they're hardback Bibles. Oh yeah, people usually don't want too much for them. And they're surprisingly worth a decent amount. And some of them are worth a good penny. But this one sold for $14.99 plus free shipping. Sold my second copy of Demon's Crest on SNES. These were just sitting on a shelf. I thought they were listed on my gaming account. They weren't. So I listed them, and I think most people were trying to get more like $100 out of them. So I listed $84.95 plus free ship. And both of them have sold. I mentioned this in the last video, but it can always, if you're selling rare NES or SNES or Genesis or 64 carts, get yourself the tools. I think you can get the tools for like less than $5 on eBay or Amazon. Take the time to take the cart apart, take pictures of the board. I've got all the stuff saved personally, but with a quick Google search, you can find there's databases of these boards, exactly what the board is going to look like. This is also a very helpful tool if you're in the buying market. You can check these. These are called the ROM disk, and you can actually check and make sure that the board is authentic before you pay up for something that's $85, and that's exactly why mine sold, is because I had the authentication right here in the listing. So Street Fighter 2 Sega Genesis. I think this might have came from that auction that I went to a long time ago. I'm not 100% sure. I really like the label on this with the brick wall getting busted out and everything. Street Fighter is something that every 90s kid ended up playing at some point. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, very popular games. $9.99 plus shipping. Need for Speed Carbon. Own the City. I thought it was kind of ironic, the new Need for Speed, I can't remember what it's called, just Need for Speed Heat, maybe, something like that, just dropped not too recently, and this Game Boy Advance game sold, so maybe they rekindled their love for Need for Speed and needed it more on the go. But not much money, $1.50 plus shipping. You know, I don't buy these things unless they're dirt cheap, because most Game Boy cartridges aren't worth hardly anything. Usually I get them in a box full of other stuff, or I get them for like a quarter a piece. Grand Theft Auto 4 on PlayStation 3. No instruction manual, no case. I just put it in a DVD case that I had laying around. Sold it for $1.99 plus shipping. I think somebody got a pretty good deal on that. So, my Heineken pins. I had 2 of these left, and they both sold in the same order. So I am now completely out of Heineken vintage resin, whatever, what do you call these? Enamel hat pins. If you guys are interested, I have lots more different stuff, beer companies included, but I am out of Heineken now. So if any of you guys bought those, I appreciate it. I haven't had any buyer's notes in quite a few weeks. So if they are viewer sales, if it is you guys that is buying some of this stuff, no one's leaving notes to let me know. But if you do pick something up from the store, let me know. And whenever you're purchasing, there'll be a section for a buyer's note. If you just include in your buyer's note that, you know, hey, I watch you on YouTube, I wanted to get this for my grandma, whatever, I always throw in a little something extra, usually like an autograph sticker or whatever. I picked this up, I think, for like $1.50, something super cheap a while back. It is a Hallmark 1991 Heirloom Santa collection, but you can notice he's also holding the Coca-Cola bottle, so it's Coca-Cola Santa. So you got two things there. You got Coca-Cola and Hallmark, collectible, early 90s vintage. Picked it up for $1 or less. Like I said, I was actually shocked that they were willing to sell it for that cheap, because it was in good condition. Like the base is like a real beautiful wood, and it was just a nice little snow globe, you know. Listed for $24.99 plus shipping, and I got it. All my Christmas stuff is starting to sell, so I'm very happy about that. And anything that I have laying around that I'm like, oh yeah, I picked up that one Christmas ornament or something, you know, anything. I have a lot of unlisted inventory that I'm still trying to get through constantly. I don't know if I'll ever catch up with it realistically, but I'm going through and like trying to find all the Christmas stuff, obviously, and get it listed now as it's early November. Diddy Kong Racing, picked this up. No idea, to be honest. I don't remember. Don't remember where I got this or how much I would have paid, but I know it wouldn't have been much. $14.99 free ship. Friends, I got this box set at a church sale. And I've picked up 2 things recently, specifically because I know Friends is coming off of Netflix. And also, I picked up a box set for one of the Office seasons. Both because I knew that they were coming off of Netflix. And they're brand new. Even though this one was, like, severely... you know, there's a big dent in the top of this box right here. Anyways, I walked up to this... and it had a $10 price tag on it, which was a little much. And, you know, with the condition, I was like, I don't know. But I walked over to the table with the ladies that take the money, and I was like, would you guys, you know, since this is pretty badly damaged, and I don't know if they're working or not, you know, I played that whole thing. Would you guys take 5 on it? They said sure. I looked at the sales, and I listed mine pretty high, even considering the damage, because, again, knowing that this show is about to come off Netflix, there's going to be a whole lot of people out there that are like, oh, we got to buy the box set now because we can't watch it on Netflix anymore. I listed it for $80 plus shipping, and it sold. Now, I am a little bit worried about this one. Hopefully, they'll get it, and I looked at some pictures of, like, this box, what it looks like open, and the sides are pretty thick, and the DVDs are more, like, centrally located. I'm hoping everything's going to be good, and none of the discs are going to be busted or anything like that. I got people that were messaging me. They're like, are the contents okay? It's like, do you not see? It's a sealed product. I'm not opening it because I want it to remain sealed, you know. But we'll see how that turns out. I'll let you guys know. So, anyways, $80 on that. Very good sale. Radiohead, 2 CDs. I lotted them together, $4.99 plus shipping. Sold. Nothing too special there. This was a Resident Evil Let Your Dark Side Out. I just thought it was interesting. I thought it might have been collectible. I didn't know anything about this. I looked it up. This might have had something to do with a TV show or a movie. A movie, maybe? I can't remember. But it stood out, and I was like, I'll take a chance on it. Ended up not being like worth a fortune or anything, but I got $10 plus shipping out of it, and I probably paid 50 cents. So I picked this up from a little, I remember it was her mom and this little girl at a yard sale, and my girlfriend was with me, and they were sticklers, man. They wouldn't come down on prices on anything. This is American Tourister yellow. Anything that's like an odd color like this, like a big bright yellow, I always take interest in because it's unique. And as you can see, the inside was pretty good shape. I had to clean it up quite a bit. She was using it as like a makeup storage container, which I guess is like a big thing. That's what like people like to use, these little vintage luggages for like makeup containers these days. In fact, I think she had a mirror like mounted on the back somehow, and I got that out of there. But anyways, I listed it for $49.99 and shipping on top, and we sold it. And I think I only paid a few bucks for it, so I was very happy with that sale. Very, very happy. It just goes to show, like, some of the things you wouldn't even think about, man. $50 bill out of, you know, that is kind of crazy to me. Age of Empires 3 PC strategy game. I love this game, actually. AoE 2 is my favorite, but Age of Empires 3 is good as well. $4.99 plus shipping. I actually had a complete version of it, instructions and all, so nice little sale there. As I said, my Bible sales have been picking up a little bit. Oh my goodness. Beautiful Bible stories, you know, hardback edition, $4.99 plus shipping. Not the most expensive one here, but like I said, usually Bibles, if they're hardcover, you know, it's worth picking up if it's in good condition, if the pages aren't dog-eared and no one's written in it. That's what people want. Older ones seem to hold some value, and if you can get them for, you know, $1 or less, they're usually worth picking up. So this thing, man, I was happy to finally sell this. I have a list. I have like a sheet of all my Facebook purchases. I got this on a Facebook auction. I want to say that I don't think there's any way I spent more than 20 on it, but I did look up the value. A lot of people are listing these and successfully selling them around 75, 80. I had it listed for 75 for a few months. It just wasn't selling, so I just took it down to 55. and just a few days ago. I probably should have just stuck to my guns on it, to be honest, with Christmas coming up. I should have just kept it a little bit higher. But I was looking at some of the other sales, and they weren't selling for quite that 75, 80 mark anymore. One of the big things that helps is if you have this guy and this four-wheeler and the dog and this other little ATV or whatever. If you have the accessories, that really helps. But nonetheless, I was very happy. It was a very awkward ship. This thing was like, this semi-truck is like 30 inches long. It was ridiculous. But we did get $55 plus shipping out of it, so I was happy to finally get rid of that. So I just got a notification for a really good sale, but I won't share it yet because that's going to be part of next week's video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. I really do appreciate it. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, and don't forget to check out the links to my eBay stores in the description if you're looking to pick up some stuff for Christmas. You know, it's a one-stop shop. I got a little bit of everything over there. Anyways, bye-bye.